Though Thanksgiving's origins are undoubtedly dark-sided,
You have taken the land which is rightfully ours.
we've also got it to thank for thousands of hours of holiday-themed television. And if you're like me, in need of constant background noise so you don't have to be alone with your thoughts for one single second, but you want that background noise to be seasonally appropriate, look no further than Bob's Burgers. As of season 15, there are 11 Thanksgiving episodes, and I've decided to rank them all because, as Kurt Vonnegut says, we're here on Earth to fart around, and don't let anybody tell you different.
I'm a little scared to talk to you right now, but we lost our kids, and now we're just two middle-aged people playing mini golf on Thanksgiving.
In the most recent Thanksgiving episode, season 13's Putsgiving, Louise convinces the family to go mini golfing to use a coupon that's about to expire because since it's Thanksgiving Day, they'll have the course entirely to themselves, which is the exact same logic my mother used when she bought us tickets to see Wicked on Broadway on September 11th, 2002. Though set on the day and named after it, Putsgiving is barely a Thanksgiving episode. Linda chases the high of a hole-in-one, Louise pushes an animatronic Yeti past its limit, and Tina tries to get permission to attend a beach bonfire party that weekend. In the final scene, back at the Belchers' apartment, Bob briefly talks to a turkey, a haunting reminder of what could have happened in this episode besides golf.
Good night, Popcorn.
Good night, Bob.
Fine. Is this what you want?
I love being in the kitchen with you on Tea Day, Bob. And I love calling it Tea Day. Why don't you take a sip of that over there, Bob?
That?
Yeah.
For being a Thanksgiving episode, basically on a technicality, I put Putsgiving at the bottom of the list.
Turkey, I need you beside me. I need all of you. I need your breast and thigh meat. And what's that hiding in your hole?
The annual anthology episodes, where each Belcher kid tells a story, are polarizing. Some people like them, some people with better taste don't. Since I put season 11's Diarrhea of a Poopy Kid second to last, I think it's clear what camp I'm in. When Gene can't eat Thanksgiving dinner because he has a stomach flu, he asks the family to tell him stories that'll make him hate food. One reason I don't get excited about the Bob's Anthology episodes is because most of the time, at least one segment is just a movie parody with a lot of puns. But in Diarrhea of a Poopy Kid, all 3 stories are movie parodies with lots of puns, and one also has a concerning amount of fruit nudity.
Don't look at my little Bartlett Butlet.
Tina.
Yep, moving on.
There's also a Predator spoof where Gene has to cover himself in butter to beat the Predator, and I know I'm nitpicking, but if the point is for Gene to hate food, then why is butter the hero? Later, Bob realizes that Gene actually has food poisoning, not a stomach flu, when he finds a partially eaten piece of moldy chicken parmesan that hadn't been thrown out yet. Gene confesses after Bob basically forces him to with his Armageddon parody, Parmageddon.
Gene stayed out in space and he ate that space chicken one bite at a time.
Let me just open the top button of my spacesuit. Okay, last bite. Oh god, it's coming back up.
And then Gene marinara, diarrhea, and vomited all that chicken back up, and it rained hot chicken poop shooting stars all around the world. The end.
So, I guess you figured out that I ate some of that kind of rotten chicken parmesan that you told me not to eat?
This is one of my all-time least favorite Gene plot lines because he intentionally eats moldy food. Isn't that reason enough? Also, it aired way too close to the episode where he gets pinworms after eating a tater tot off the floor of a public bathroom, but at least it's about Thanksgiving, so that's something.
Hey, Tina girl. Louise, G-Man.
Doctor?
Did your grandparents move in here or something? Tell them to watch out. The hazing process is crazy.
Bob's Burgers has a big cast of incredible supporting characters all vying for screen time, so when one of your favorites and his grandma show up in the season 12 Thanksgiving episode only to do basically nothing the whole time, it's a tragedy worse than Tina trying to hold hands with a goose. In Stuck in the Kitchen with You, the Belchers go to the elegant doily retirement home for some holiday volunteering, and the rest of the episode is about as exciting as that sounds. Linda gets banished to a boring sea story with Sergeant Bosco and his mom.
Okay, this is not going great. Don't you do hostage negotiations? This is a hostage negotiation, right?
I guess.
So what's the first step in one of those?
Asking open-ended questions to give them a sense of control and feel them out.
Okay, all right. So, Lillian, do you like open-ended questions?
No. That's a closed-ended question, Linda.
Gene, Tina, and Zeke perform an impromptu parade for the residents.
We got a hell of a show for you today. Let's go to Tina, who's on the parade route. Tina?
Thank you. I'm here with a very special person, Ruth. Ruth, where did you travel from today? Room 3.
Wow. And you, Zeke's grandma?
Room 9.
That's so far. Gene, tell me where the parade's gonna go today.
Well, we're gonna start over here by the bookcase, we're gonna run around the room, and then we're gonna stop. It should take about 3 hours.
And after an emergency, Bob is suddenly in charge of cooking Thanksgiving dinner for the entire home. But none of the other Belchers want to help him because...
Hot plate, out of the way.
Hey, Dad, do you think I could...
Ask your mother. Dinner's in 20 minutes. No, 30.
In Bob's defense, the one time he asks Linda and the kids to cook Thanksgiving dinner, the mashed potatoes end up mostly whipped cream, and the turkey is stitched together with sewing thread. Louise gets stuck being Bob's assistant, but she tries to get out of it by sabotaging the food until he kicks her out of the kitchen. When she finally wants to stay, because Bob finds a torch in a drawer, is when she finally gets caught and kicked out. But they make up a few scenes later and Louise gets everything she wanted. To be in the parade, to use the cooking torch, and to not get in any trouble for trying to ruin Thanksgiving dinner for dozens of old people, which is quietly one of the worst things she's ever done. This episode features some of the series' Thanksgiving staples, like Bob talking to and for the food.
I think I better go talk to Louise. I'm just gonna put some foil over you guys real quick. No, it's okay. You guys need to stay warm.
But I ranked it low because the family is split up for most of the story, and because to write Zeke into a food-themed episode, then not let him cook with Bob is heinous.
Does this stool love me? Yes.
But is it in love with you?
Teddy and a stool sitting in a tree.
Treeee.
Nothing says sitcom like revealing a big secret about a main character that's super important to the episode it's revealed in, then never gets brought up again. Such is the case in Season 8's Teddy-rific Thanksgiving ep, Thanks Hoarding. When Teddy becomes the last-minute host for his family's holiday, he asks the Belchers to help him get ready, and Bob has the audacity to try to get out of it, even though he's always happy to call Teddy for favors when he needs help in other Thanksgiving episodes.
I'm calling because our gas is out and we need to use your oven to cook our turkey.
Bob, happy Thanksgiving.
Teddy, great. I need your help.
By ignoring his stated boundaries,
Stay out of that room.
Linda discovers that Teddy has a hoarding problem, and without asking, she Marie Kondos all his stuff.
Okay, this is the pile that loves Teddy. This is the pile that likes him, but is ready to move on. And this pile hates him.
Hates him.
Okay, what's the fourth pile?
Oh, that stuff loves me.
Loves her.
I'm keeping that.
In the kitchen, Teddy alternates between being a person with anxiety and being Patrick Starr trying to open a jar.
Just grab the peeler right there and peel the carrots.
This?
That's a spatula.
I knew that. This?
That's a ladle. It's that thing right next to the carrots.
This?
That's the spatula again.
No, right, yes.
You need a jar. No.
The next day on Thanksgiving, Teddy goes full Patrick when he can't follow basic cooking instructions. But since Bob is disappointed with the cook on his own turkey and sees an opportunity for a do-over, he's suddenly happy to help Teddy now that there's something in it for him too.
You know what this means?
Please don't say we
have to go to Teddy's to help him with his Thanksgiving so I can redeem myself.
Oh, God.
Back at Teddy's place, the Belchers find him in the dumpster repairing the stuff
It's not stuff, Bob. It's things.
they made him throw out the day before, and Linda realizes the source of his hoarding.
Who should I sit between?
Well, how do you usually do it?
Well, when I was a kid, I'd just sit between my parents so they wouldn't argue so much.
Teddy, you sat between your parents when they would argue. You were the peacemaker. You were trying to fix things.
As someone who grew up in a house that looked like this in every room, is Teddy hoarding? Or does he just need therapy because he blames himself for his parents' divorce? Some of his junk is just regular handyman stuff.
Wait, did you bring broken chunks of concrete up here?
Hey, that's good rebar.
But really, it's pointless to wonder whether or not Teddy is truly a hoarder because it's never going to come up on the show ever again. Thanks Hoarding is supposed to be a heartwarming episode, and ultimately the Belchers do help a friend in need, but while ignoring his boundaries and gossiping about him in his own home.
Are we sure we want to get into this? Teddy is a hoarder. I thought he had so little, but he has too much.
Why would Bob think Teddy is so destitute? He's a single guy with a steady job who can afford to eat out every day.
Then I'm telling this turkey, welcome to Earth. And it's saying, oh, I like it here. I'm going to stay a while. And I'm like, oh, I'm also going to cook you and eat you. And it's like, of course, you're the boss.
In the Season 10 Thanksgiving episode, Now We're Not Cooking with Gas, after years on a waiting list, Bob is finally eligible to get an expensive Riverbrook Lake Farms heritage turkey named Popcorn.
Our turkey's name is Popcorn because her farmers sometimes gave her popcorn.
On paper, this one has the absurd feel of the series' earliest Thanksgiving episodes. Bob has a turkey-related grocery store freakout.
I got a Riverbrook Lake Farms turkey. Yes!
He's not well.
He gets overly attached to the food.
Do you want me to set up a little bed in here so you could sleep near your friend?
No, I'll set it up. Oh, you're kidding.
His plans go awry, and he goes to increasingly unhinged lengths to salvage the meal he envisioned. This time, the gas is out on Thanksgiving morning, so Bob builds a spit roast and fire pit in the alley to cook, but he runs into obstacles like the fire department, Linda's nostalgia, Rain, and the kids, who have been savvy enough in the past to run covert gambling rings, counterfeit coin operations, and underground finger dancing clubs, but in this episode, none of them understand why you can't burn a log that's bigger than Louise inside a 2-foot fire pit. Instead of revving up to the high-energy absurdity I hoped for, Bob is left abandoned in the alley, topless while he holds his shirt over the turkey like a tarp until he has a sad come-to-Jesus moment thanks to a cardboard tree Tina's been carrying around. Despite some funny dialogue,
Come on, Dad, speed it up. We're barely outrunning that black cloud that follows you around.
You guys didn't say anything when Gene put up the leaf about his imaginary friend Ken surviving that fall.
this episode is kind of a downer.
This doesn't feel right. Us in here and your dad out there, we should all be together.
The turkey looks ruined after falling into the fire pit, but it turns out to be the tastiest thing Bob's ever eaten. I guess those Riverbrook Lake Farms heritage turkeys really are
Fresh killed, never frozen, raised in the best condition.
because otherwise, I'm not sure how something cooked over a canvas tote bag, wet socks, and garbage could be the most delicious meal Bob's ever made.
It's a 16-pound turkey. I was expecting to cook it in 3.5 hours. You need to baste it every 45 minutes. And in about half an hour, you need to start checking the internal temperature. 165 degrees by the time it finishes cooking. If it starts to dry out before it reaches that temperature, you must tent it with foil.
Okay, let me find a pen.
What?
Aunt Gail's got a sprained ankle and can't drive, so Bob's got to pick her up for dinner in the season 6 episode Gail Makin' Bobsled. A snowstorm on Thanksgiving, really a snow plow, strands Bob and Gail at her apartment.
It's so sad here.
Using poop scoops, a garden hose, and a kiddie pool, Bob drags Gail and her cat Mr. Business for miles, holding out hope that he'll still make it home in time to cook Thanksgiving dinner, or at least part of it.
I'm gonna need you to baste the turkey.
Wait, you want me to do what?
But all hope is lost when Mr. Business escapes. While searching for him, Gail accidentally reveals that she faked her ankle injury for attention after getting dumped by her boyfriend, Mr. Frond, the kid's guidance counselor. This whole episode could have been avoided if Linda had just warned Bob about Gail's extensive history of faking injuries.
Funny story. Your sister got loose and chased her cat down the street. She ran, Lynn, on her foot. It's not her. She faked her ankle injury.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she does that.
Wait, what?
When Bob falls out of a tree and gets a real injury while rescuing Mr. Business, Gail pulls him in the kiddie pool the rest of the way to the Belchers' apartment. They arrive just in time for Bob to witness the eldritch horror that became of his Thanksgiving dinner.
Should we not eat this?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
We could, maybe. No.
I'll eat it.
Yeah, we know, Gene. Gale-heavy episodes are an acquired taste that I've mostly not acquired yet, but Gail Makin' Bobsled is a rare exception. Yeah, she lies through most of the episode and uses her fake injury to expose herself to Bob while pretending to need help in the bathroom, but she also makes a salad.
What are you doing?
I'm making a salad. I told Linda I'd bring one. Here you go.
What kind of dressing is this?
There's no dressing. Some must have dripped in it.
But even at her funniest,
Bob, can you get him? He'll jump down if you sing to him and pat your shoulders.
Oh my god. Okay. Da 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 da.
No, something with a little rhythm. It's gotta be jazzy. Okay, let me just find my house keys. They're all separate and not on one ring.
I'm dead. Cut me open and sleep inside me. You and the cat.
No, Bob. Let's call that Plan B.
if Gail is at the center of an episode, that episode can only be so good, even with the best theme song storefront in the entire series propping it up. Plus, it's Thanksgiving. Bob should be talking to turkeys, not scatting at cats.
No.
What?
No. Jocelyn, that's not a
What?
harmony.
It's not?
No. Do you even know what a harmony is?
A harmony is when I sing louder than you.
No.
Oh.
In the season 5 episode, The Quirk-Deucers, Tina feels insecure after Tammy calls her quirky. So she writes erotic holiday fiction about a scrawny turkey with glasses whose more conventionally attractive peers all get slaughtered on Thanksgiving.
Well, that doesn't sound very erotic, which is totally fine.
No, some stuff happens with a pig.
Meanwhile, Louise is mad that a scheduled half-day of school is canceled so Mr. Frond can put on his annual holiday play. But luckily, she has one of those clutch epiphanies where someone says something unrelated to your problem, but whatever phrasing they happen to choose makes you realize exactly what you should do.
I don't have a vagina, but I won't stop trying to.
Come on, girls.
help women
Okay.
with their issues.
Come on, girls, sign up right now.
Okay, shutting it down.
Holy moly, that's it. What if? The day before Thanksgiving play is so offensive that it gets shut down. We'd all go home early.
But where are we gonna find a play that's inappropriate, offensive, and Thanksgiving themed?
What's the most erotic temperature you could cook a turkey at?
With book by Tina, lyrics by Jean, and flattery by Louise.
So you want to put on the Thanksgiving play this year? Out of curiosity, what is your play?
It's called The Quirky Turkey.
It's a metaphor for self-esteem and community.
I'm still not entirely convinced.
That's because you have high standards, and that's why we need you to be our executive producer.
Oh.
Quirky Turkey rehearsals begin. The kids give parts to all Tina's friends, each conveniently playing the character Tina based them on. To ensure the shutdown and her half day, Louise connects the heads of the turkey costumes to an air compressor, then fills them with giblets and gizzards so that when she presses a button, they'll explode, raining turkey guts onto the audience. But has she ever thought about just cutting class? The day of the show, Tina overhears Louise re-explaining her entire plan to Jean, because otherwise the plot wouldn't be able to move forward. Soon the other kids find out too, but they're fine with giving their friends and family a turkey innards shower if it means getting out of school a few hours early.
Oh my God, they're chopping up my head!
Oh my God!
My face!
Oh, wow. This doesn't feel so good.
This isn't gonna scar anyone for life, right?
How many people in this crowd do you think Louise turned into vegetarians? Enough to impact business at the restaurant? Before Mr. Frann can shut down the play, even though he's standing in the audience and could just walk on stage and close the curtain, Tina performs an incredible finale number that wins back the crowd.
I've got the guts. Do you have the guts to be yourself? You've got the guts. And you. And you.
I got the guts!
The Quirkducers isn't a traditional Bob's Thanksgiving episode, but it's so funny it doesn't need to be. The songs are the best the show has ever produced, and that's significant since every other episode is a musical now. But I didn't rank it higher because Bob and Linda spend the whole thing in a half-baked bee story about a potato that's got nothing to do with Thanksgiving, and because the amount of time and effort and gear required to pull off Louise's plan is too much for my suspension of disbelief, even for a cartoon character, and even if that cartoon character is Louise Belcher. I also wish she owned her decision to douse people in entrails instead of instantly regretting it. In the early seasons, Louise may have been a one-dimensional chaos agent, but at least she had some convictions.
Now drive, Bob, drive!
Is the back door shut?
No, but it's fine. Go, Bob, go!
Can you just shut it, please? I don't feel comfortable driving with it open.
Damn it, Bob, drive!
Season 9's I Bob Your Pardon is missing the uncontrollable mayhem that the best Bob's Thanksgiving episodes all have in common. But as a consolation prize, we get Linda's love of the mayor.
What's almost as good as the mayor?
Nothing!
The Belchers head to City Hall to watch a turkey pardoning.
Ugh, I still can't believe we're wasting our half day off school to go see a turkey pardoning.
This episode is from 2 seasons after the Quirkducers, and the kids still have a half day. Was Louise's turkey guts stunt so effective the school indefinitely canceled Mr. Frann's Thanksgiving plays? At City Hall, when the mayor is too sick to show up, the crowd gets stuck with Deputy Mayor Cunningham instead, who's voiced by Paul F. Tompkins, so their loss is our gain.
He's going to live out his days peacefully at the old MacDonald had a sanctuary, where the motto is E-I-E-I, hope.
After the kids overhear Cunningham's plan to take the turkey, named Drew P. Neck, to a slaughterhouse instead of the sanctuary, the Belchers and a local reporter rescue Drew P., then accidentally release him into a coyote den. Louise saves him because even though at the start of the episode she thought turkeys were gross, she's decided that they're actually kind of cute after all. I'm nitpicking again, but it never makes sense to me that Louise doesn't like turkeys, since defending misunderstood weirdos like Phoebe the Spider or that defective doll or all her friends is kind of her main hobby. Drew P. moves in with the two-butted goat.
Two-butted goat.
Bob has a conniption in a cranberry bog.
Okay, chill out.
Deputy Mayor Cunningham can't wield his position to kill the reporter's story, which is the most make-believe sounding part of an episode featuring a two-butted goat.
Let me put it this way. I am the deputy mayor. When I say kill a story, they say how high. This story is officially D.E.
Hey! Oh, they printed it!
The Belchers eat a turkey that wasn't lucky enough to be pardoned, and the story ends where it began with Linda's mayoral love.
Don't you take my mayor! Don't you take my mayor!
Like the Quirkducers, this episode deviates from the standard Bob's Thanksgiving formula. And where the Quirkducers compensates with music, this episode compensates with beautiful autumnal scenery. Even the coyotes are gorgeous. I didn't rank the episode higher because Linda encourages the kids to pinch Bob while he's driving.
Pinch him, kids!
Stop, I'm driving.
Let me have those nips.
All right, fine.
Also, the last few episodes I haven't talked about yet are all masterpieces, and I Bob Your Pardon isn't. No offense.
This is weird, right?
The number 3 spot goes to the one that started it all, Season 3's An Indecent Thanksgiving Proposal. This episode is like a walking tour of what the show used to be like. Louise is less sentimental, Tina is awkward weird, not boy watch weird. The kids don't have such an encyclopedic knowledge of pop culture, they make the Gilmore Girls seem like the type of people who only watch The Office. Teddy is still just a supporting character, he's not even in this episode. And the Belchers are paying rent with pennies poor, instead of buying a new couch, then immediately giving it to teenagers to destroy poor. This episode also establishes a lot of the show's core Turkey Day tenets, like Bob's love for the holiday.
Thanksgiving is this family's favorite holiday. Wait, it's not?
No way. Check the rankings. It goes my birthday, Christmas, Halloween,
Easter,
Hanukkah,
Snow Day, Amateur Night,
Okay, that's
Veterans
first.
Day.
Tooth Fairy Eve,
Not real.
St. Patrick's Day, May Day, Groundhog Day, season premiere of Game of Thrones,
You've never even seen
Opposite
that.
Day, Day of the Dead,
Stop.
Dawn of the Dead,
Yep.
Carnival,
Angela Lansbury's birthday,
No.
Bath Night,
Black Friday, then Thanksgiving.
Bob's passion for the food.
Come on, let's go get stuffing. Come on.
You're the one!
Come on.
You are the one!
Bob's personifying of the food.
Bob!
What?
Can you leave the oven light on for me? I get scared.
So cute. Here's the light.
That's too bright.
Linda's Thanksgiving songs.
Pass the cranberry sauce. We're having mashed potatoes.
And Bob's ill-fated quest to make a holiday toast.
But everyone's favorite part is my funny toast, right? Like last year I said, if you want to open the door to this family, use the turkey. Guess I should make a toast.
No, Bob. I want to make a toast.
Oh, you know, when I was growing up.
Dad.
Huh?
Dad?
Yeah.
I'd like the floor if I may.
Just.
You're done,
yeah.
right?
To woo an old crush who's only turned on by breaking up marriages, the Belchers' landlord, Mr. Fishoder, offers them 5 months of rent if Linda and the kids spend Thanksgiving dinner pretending to be his family while Bob cooks the meal as his chef.
Huh, I thought the kitchen would be more, mansion-y.
Mansions are for the owners, Bob, not the cooks.
As the night goes on, Bob gets frustrated when no one cares about his many holiday traditions. Then he drinks absinthe until he falls asleep and has a beautifully drawn Totoro-inspired trippy Thanksgiving dream. Mr. Fishoder's plan nearly works until Bob gets too jealous and steals the turkey, who he named Lance. In the end, everyone's cover is blown and Lance gets blown away.
Lance, talk to me. You're gonna be okay.
What's he saying?
I don't know. I can't understand.
What's he saying?
He's just murmuring.
The Belchers go home to finish Thanksgiving dinner as a happy but not richer family. This episode is fast-paced,
Think back. Wow.
funny,
which are the lady parts?
The vagina and the heart.
and a little mean.
All right, shut up, Lance!
But what makes it one of the all-time best Bob's episodes is its story structure. There's a literal Chekhov's gun.
Calvin, you kept my old rifle.
Good one, Bob!
And that's not all. An Indecent Thanksgiving Proposal has heart, too. This is the episode where Bob makes the only friend in the entire series he ever feels comfortable being truly vulnerable with.
Those birds give me the creeps.
Come on, how bad can it be? They're just a bunch of cute little birdies. They're probably hungry.
Yeah, here you go, buddy. You want some pretzels?
Not your beautiful hand!
In its 5th season, Bob's Burgers came out with a Thanksgiving episode so creative, so memorable, and so funny, it would be disrespectful of me not to rewatch it every November for the rest of my life or until I get really sick of it from all the rewatches. I'm talking, of course, about the genre-bending, homage-paying, Donna Summer playing Dawn of the Peck. Bob boycotts Thanksgiving dinner when instead of sitting on the couch barely interacting with him as he cooks in the next room, the rest of the Belchers decide to attend the first annual turkey and other types of birds because Mr. Fischoeder couldn't get 500 turkeys on such short notice, trot at Wonder Wharf. But the trot is fraught with distraught joggers after the birds start attacking people. A Cyclops turkey with an impressive vertical even knocks out Linda for 5 or 6 minutes. Wait, 5 or 6 minutes?
5, maybe 6 minutes.
I guess Linda having brain damage is canon. Meanwhile, at the Belchers' apartment, Bob changes into his comfy pants, which look just like mine, gets day drunk, has a sing-along, and says Victrola in a really satisfying way.
Turn on that old Victrola!
But after a heart-to-heart with his turkey baster, Bob heads to the grocery store to get Thanksgiving food because...
I'm Bob. I make dinner.
At the market, Linda restores the bird's pecking order by pecking one of them, who then finds another bird to peck, and so on until everyone's had a turn but the last bird in line who gets to peck no one.
Oh, that's terrible. It's like the ladies on The View.
Bob cooks dinner and probably gets all the ingredients for free, but no one feels like eating turkey because, you know. When it comes to good things to say about this episode...
Yeah, spoiled for choice!
There's dynamic animation, beloved supporting characters like regular-sized Rudy and Mickey back when Bill Hader still voiced him. The story has a satisfying resolution based in real animal science, and the writing gets better on a rewatch because some things take on new meaning once you know what's going to happen.
It's gonna be like the running of the bulls, but cute and safe.
Bob gets too drunk to stand, Linda gets emotionally attached to her mini water bottles, and Chekhov's gun gets upgraded to Chekhov's tickle boat.
I wouldn't mind a trip on the tickle boat.
But Gene, they closed it, remember? That guy died.
What is that? I know that sound.
Wait a minute. It can't be. It is the old tickle boat.
I hope you guys aren't ticklers.
Dawn of the Peck seamlessly blends parody, biology, and the show's established Thanksgiving traditions. The result is pure Bob's Burgers perfection, and the only reason it's not in the #1 spot is because there's another Bob's Thanksgiving episode that's also perfect, and I like that one even more.
Okay, one's a decoy turkey for the upstairs fridge. The real turkey will be downstairs in the walk-in. Ha ha!
Bobby!
It's a good plan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought of it.
You, my smart guy.
Sometimes.
Stevie's little turkey roaster in the bedroom.
No, maybe a little bit.
You wanna mess around?
What?
I don't know. All these turkeys, it makes me horny.
If you don't mind the sight of multiple turkeys and multiple toilets, then Season 4's Turkey in a Can is must-see TV. It's got comedy, mystery, sentimentality, and Mr. Jim Business's first appearance in the show.
Oh, it was so sad. He was just sitting on someone's porch.
It's the week of Thanksgiving, and Bob is preparing his precious turkey for a 3-day brine. But tragedy strikes when he finds the bird sitting in the toilet the next morning. Bob tries to catch the thief while restarting his cooking prep and loses another 4 turkeys to the toilet in the process. He also meets the love of his life, though.
Bob, have you ever been in love?
I guess. I technically am.
Hi!
No, the real love of his life.
Oh, hey, you again. And me, yep.
Fine! You wore me down! Damn it! Things are not going great with Tony.
You love Tony. Stay with Tony.
I'm so sick of Tony and his dancing. Oh my God, we're doing this.
No, we're not.
Hey, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
You want to go to the beach? Huh?
No, maybe. Wait, I'm straight. I mean, I'm mostly straight.
Back at the apartment, Tina tries to act mature in hopes of snagging a seat at the adults' table.
In this economy?
Oh, provocative.
That's it.
Jean, Linda, and Gail write an iconic Thanksgiving song.
A ding, a ding.
Oh, what's that sound?
It's the gravy boat.
Coming around.
And after getting blamed, Louise conducts an investigation into all the toilet turkeys. Her findings are illuminating.
They were working together!
I knew it!
I can see it.
Gene taking the turkey out of the refrigerator each night and passing it to Tina, who dropped it in. Yes! They worked together to frame me because I have been slowly stealing their allowances over the last 5 years.
Wait, you have?
Yes. Wait, you guys didn't know that?
No.
Oh, never mind, because I haven't been.
Oh, good.
When Bob falls asleep at the dinner table after pulling an all-nighter to cook one last turkey, the group watches as he sleepwalks the bird into the bathroom, calls it Tina, and tries to toilet train it.
No, don't wake him.
Ow, what's going on?
The mystery is solved. The culprit is the allergy pills Bob needs to coexist with Gail's cats. Consumed by medicinal side effects and memories of a toddler-aged Tina learning to use the bathroom, Bob was toilet training turkeys in his sleep because he's not ready for her to sit at the adults' table.
It's okay, Dad. Even if I sit at the adults' table, I'll still be your little girl. Just because I've got the hang of pooping and peeing in the potty doesn't mean I don't need your help with other things, like homework or faxing.
I don't know how to fax.
Aside from being being one of the funniest episodes in the entire series.
Turkey in the toilet? That's crazy.
It's not that crazy. I've seen crazier things in the toilet. You wouldn't believe what I've seen. I've seen a rat wearing a little hat.
What?
Twice. Same rat, different hat. Rat in a hat.
Oh my God.
3 days I waited on a stakeout for that rat to come back. And he looks at me like, what are you looking at?
Bobby, what are you doing?
Hey, I said eyes closed.
You know my eyes don't completely close.
The same dream over and over. It's gotta mean something. Like the time I dreamt about a dolphin and I woke up and my bed was on fire.
What did that dream mean?
Just that I didn't have balance in my life. I was spending too much time at work. Also, I shouldn't leave matches right by my bed. I had just gone to the aquarium. It probably had something to do with that.
Turkey in a Can is also a well-crafted mystery. Gail's cats, Bob's allergy pills, Tina's play for the adults table, and Linda's squeamishness, the reason Bob had to potty train the kids, are all introduced early in the first act, and we're reminded of each of them throughout the rest of the episode until the final reveal. A tightly plotted story that doesn't waste a detail, unrelentingly funny dialogue, and a dash of absurdism is the recipe for a perfect Bob's Burgers episode. The show is so good, that all applies to over half the titles in this list, but none do it as flawlessly as Turkey in a Can. Except maybe Dawn of the Peck. So there you have it. This holiday season, I'm thankful for all 11 Bob's Burgers Thanksgiving episodes, including the ones I don't even like, because since they haven't made a new one in 2 years, I'll take what I can get, even if that's Jean's diarrhea or a mini golf episode that's got nothing to do with eating turkey. Happy Thanksgiving!
Now get out of here! Pass the cranberry sauce. We're having mashed potatoes. Oh, the turkey looks great. Thank you for loving me.
Lynn,
Thank you for being there.
please.
Thank you for loving me.
Oh, God.
Everyone's thanking. The whole
Lynn.
world's thanking you.
Stop.
Thanking
Lynn, stop.
us for thanking you.
Lynn.
Kill the turkey.